Hi, my name is Breanna Smith. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach and the founder of Be Bold. And I am so excited that you are joining us for this coach sneak peek. Um, a handful of coaches are sharing their success stories throughout this week. And the reason we have so many people sharing their stories is because all of our stories are different. And our hope is that you will be able to relate to one of us and be able to find something in common and know that if we can do it, you can do it too. We all come in from different backgrounds as far as having children or no children or working full-time or working part-time. Some of us are stay-at-home moms. Either way, just know that this business is for anyone. And I don't say it's for anyone like everyone can do this and will take everyone. I say anyone because if you want this, what I'm saying is regardless of your circumstances, you can make this work. So a little about me. I am a physician assistant. I work full time. I have two children, a 2.5-year-old and a, almost 5-month-old now. I have been coaching for just under 2 years. And so I started coaching actually a few months after my oldest son had open heart surgery. He was about 8 months old when he had his surgery, and I had started I started a challenge group prior to his surgery. We did not know he had a birth defect at the time, and at that time, I was just looking to get into shape after my pregnancy. I was a gym girl before, and I was working full-time then, and after I got home from work, I felt guilty even going to the gym, and so I wasn't doing anything as far as physical activity goes. I was able to lose baby weight, my baby fat, but I still just didn't like how I felt and how I looked, and my clothes still just didn't fit right. And that's when I joined a challenge group, and I love the challenge group. Well, shortly after my son had surgery, my coach had offered me the business opportunity, and I saw it as a potential because we had medical bills coming in like crazy. And I was under a lot of stress at the time, and exercise was the only thing that I felt like I had control over, and exercise was the only thing that was, I don't want to say making me happy, but that I could do for me, and it was my stress reliever. And so that's how I got into coaching. I wanted to be able to kind of devote that time and be ultimately accountable. And I knew that by doing this, the potential for that financial benefit was there because, like I said, we had medical bills kind of hanging over our heads at the time, and we just were very overwhelmed. And so what initially happened with me is I noticed an initial change in my attitude. Part of coaching is doing personal development and really growing yourself and learning about yourself and trying to improve your attitude and your mindset. And so at the time when I signed up, I was working in the emergency department. I was burned out. I complained a lot at work. I complained a lot when I got home from work. I was sort of just, I don't want to say not happy there, but I had a lot of, I was fostering a lot of negative feelings, and that was very apparent at work and at home. And so the first thing I started doing as part of coaching was reading personal development. And that's what I noticed initially changed the most. And my husband noticed it. And I was happier, and I chose to be happy. And then, of course, with continued workout programs, I noticed a physical transformation. And no, you don't have to be a coach to have a physical transformation, but I will tell you, as a coach, you have ultimate accountability. Why? Because you are running challenge groups, and you have to be a challenger in your challenge groups. And you know that people are looking up to you, and you're setting an example. And so as a coach, you really are going to get the most optimal results because you don't let yourself slack off. You can take a break from a challenge group, but you know that there's people counting on you, and you don't want to take a break from a challenge group. So those were kind of the initial successes that I had as a coach. And then now here I am almost 2 years later. And what I've been able to do is I've been able to change to a kind of full-time job where I work normal hours. I don't work nights. I don't work weekends. I don't work holidays. I was working Monday through Friday. And actually, after my son was born, and when I went back from maternity leave, because of Beachbody and the financial impact it has had on my family, I've been able to cut my hours down to 4 days a week. I'm still working full-time, but I went from working 45 hours a week to 36 hours a week. And that's part of the financial benefit. I can honestly tell you that without doing Beachbody, my family, we wouldn't be able to afford to pay our bills and live the life we have with me cutting hours down without that. Just know that the financial benefit doesn't happen right away, but it will happen. You know, initially you can get your Shakeology paid for. Initially you can have a little extra money, but then after a year or after 2 years, those small things become bigger things, like working less hours at your job. So that's what Beachbody has done for me. I also wanted to share with all of you that I didn't drink Shakeology prior to becoming a coach. I actually only had bought the program. I love the idea of Shakeology, but I couldn't justify paying the amount of money that it costs, especially at the time when I had started coaching and we had medical bills and all of that that I had spoken about previously. So when I signed up as a coach is when I started drinking Shakeology, because if you buy a challenge pack or have ever purchased a challenge pack, your initial fee for signing up as a coach is waived. And so just know that you don't have to drink Shakeology beforehand. But when you're a coach, you do want to be a product of the product, and you want to be doing the programs, and you want to be drinking the shakes, and you want to be doing all of these things because that's what we stand for. And when you truly believe in the product, then you're an awesome coach, and then people are going to be naturally appealed to you. So I hope that helps. I hope that you can find yourself relating to my story a little bit. And thank you so much for joining us for this sneak peek.